Hey everyone, I'm doing a beautiful sunflower wood cutout and I'm going to show you how to put it on glass and attach it to framed glass art. So I hope you follow along. It really turns out pretty. So for this adorable wood cutout sunflower that I got from Yvonne on our Facebook group, I sprayed it with spray paint and then sprinkled the glitter on immediately after I sprayed the spray paint so that it would stick. I used green and black spray paint, and wear gloves when you're spray painting. You'll see in a minute my hands are covered with black spray paint and it's really hard to get off. The spray paint is really much easier to do than painting it, and it dries much quicker, in my opinion. Yvonne does sell the wood cutouts and glass, and I will put a link under the description. This is a couple days later, and what I did to paint the other side is I just used regular paint and dotting tool and dotted it. I didn't want to put any glitter on the other side because I'm going to be putting this on glass, framed glass, and the less glitter on the back the better, because the glitter some of it may float off and get all into the resin. And I think I'm going to spray the other side with a sealer to keep the glitter from going all over the place. And so I'm going to be gluing this down to plastic, and this is non-sticky plastic. This is actually contact paper that I got on Amazon, but I'm just going to be using the plastic part, not the sticky part. Glue it right to that, and it's probably in your best interest if you straighten out your paper before, because you'll see in a second I'm having a hard time getting it on the paper. And then this is a piece of parchment paper that I'm cutting and getting ready, because I'm going to be placing this on top of the top of it when it's glued down, so that it doesn't, in case any glue gets on it, it doesn't stick. So next I'm taking clear Elmer's glue and I'm putting it all the way around the perimeter. The purpose of this is to hold it down onto the plastic so that the resin does not leak out from the boundaries of the flower. And you really don't need to go around every single interior petal, because if resin leaks from one petal to the next, it doesn't matter. It's mainly you don't want it to go out of the boundaries of the leaves or the flowers. And do not put glue on the wording, because it will stick to the plastic and you might break it trying to get it off. So here I am just flattening out my paper after I put the glue on, even though it's pretty wrinkly. But now I'm putting the parchment paper on, and then I'm going to put some heavy books on top to hold it down and let it dry. And I am putting it on the heat table on the low setting to make it dry a little quicker. So next we're going to prepare the frame for resin. It's an old dirty frame, and I'm just removing all the clips in the back, removing the backing, removing the glass, and then I spray painted the front a nice clean white. So now you're going to think I've lost my mind, because after well, I painted it, then I took some sandpaper and distressed it. But it was so bad and had so many stains on it that I thought it would be best if we painted it white first and then re-distressed it. This way it'll be a clean, distressed frame. Then I flipped it over and took Elmer's school glue and put it around the perimeter of the back of the frame where the glass would sit. Then I replaced the glass and put Elmer's glue around the perimeter one more time. This serves two purposes. It helps to hold the glass in place, and it helps to prevent resin leaks when you put resin on the other side. If you're not going to be using resin, you might want to consider using something more substantial to hold the glass in. This takes overnight and sometimes up to 24 hours to dry. You can put it on the heat table and it will dry more quickly. Once the glue was dry, I took painter's tape and put it around the perimeter of the back of the frame as an extra precaution against resin leaks. I have no idea why my camera is blocked off on that one side. I must have something sitting there and I just don't realize it. Frame's ready. Now I just have to put the glass in the flower, and just taking the parchment paper off, mix up my resin, and then start drizzling the resin into the flower and the leaves. And again, I put if you saw my other video where I made the bunny rabbit, I was talking about the reason I put resin down first, then the glass, is because the very first one that I did it on sticky paper, and I put the glass down first, then the resin, and when I went to take the sticky paper off, some of the glass came out. A bunch of the glass came out. So I didn't know whether it was because I was using sticky paper or because the resin didn't go all the way through. I really wasn't sure. So and also when you use sticky paper, the back of it is a matte finish. I don't know if it matters to you or not, but if you use just this regular plastic like this, it's a shiny finish on the back. And the wood cutout comes off so much easier. So anyway, so that's why I do the resin, then the glass, and then more resin. Started putting this yellow glass in. It's very fine yellow glass, and this is what I had gotten from Yvonne, but I didn't have enough to do the sunflower, so I decided I was going to have to use that with a combination of the Ashland decorative filler. So I actually ran out to the garage, spread out some Ashland decorative filler, the silver reflective glass, and spray painted it with a yellow spray paint, a translucent spray paint. So in the meanwhile, while that glass is in the garage drying, I put the green glass into the leaves. And this is also glass from Yvonne. She sells this glass, and I will put a link in the description. Then after I drizzle a little bit of resin over it, you'll see me sprinkling some more glass over it. I have this glass called Diamond Dust. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. It gives it a little extra sparkle. I have tons of it, so I need to use it up. I had bought a container of it and then lost it in my house, and then bought another small container of it. So I have 2 containers. So anyway, here's the Ashland decorative filler, the silver reflective glass that I've spray painted yellow with the Tamaya yellow spray paint, and putting a little bit of glass on, drizzling some resin over it, and continuing to put glass over it until it's all filled up. Larger areas you can use the Ashland decorative filler. This is big enough that you can, but there are small areas like the small leaves that I did on the bunny that I did the other day. You really have to use that teeny tiny glass. So it just depends on how big the area is that you're putting it in. And then again, I slowly continue to fill it in with glass and resin and glass. I'm moving it around with the toothpick to make sure everything's covered. And the very last glass that I put in for the center is actually black glass mixed with just a little bit of purple glass. It was glass I had left over, a mixture from Halloween that I used when I made the ghosts. And I thought that was real pretty in the center. I started putting a little orange around the edge and took it back out. I decided I didn't like it. And then I just let it cure. And this is a couple hours later. I did put it on the heat table, and it's all cured. Here I am touching it to make sure nothing's sticky on it. It just seems crazy that it can cure so fast. And this is in real time. I want you to see how easy it comes off of this plastic. I'm just being careful because I don't want to break anything. But it pulls right up. You'll have to look at one of my old videos. I'm afraid of breaking that off at the bottom. You'll have to look at one of my old videos to show you how hard it was to get off of the sticky back paper. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think that is so pretty, and I love it. The bottom says sunshine. And again, it does have some of the glue around the exterior, and you have to cut that off or maybe use a little razor blade. But you know, actually this is going onto glass, and I'm going to be not pouring resin over it, but sticking it in resin. So if some of the Elmer's glue is still around the edges, that resin will actually cover it up. Look at it from the back. Isn't that pretty? It looks pretty from the back too. You could hang it right in a window. But yeah, it turned out really nice. So now I'm ready to put it all together. So this is my frame. I mix up my resin. I believe I mixed up 4 ounces of resin, although I don't think I used it all. I really didn't use that much. I pour it on the glass and I just tip it to move it all around and cover the entire piece of glass. Then I just pick my pretty sunflower up and put it right in the middle. And honestly, it fits perfect on this. I guess you could use a longer frame if you wanted to. It might even look pretty if you had like a little flower pot at the bottom. I don't know. So this glass here is, I think it's called Celestial Fire Glass. It was a clear glass that I spray painted with the metallic red, the metallic orange, the translucent yellow, and just kind of mixed it all together and put it down at the bottom and a little bit up in each corner to add a little bit more color to it. And just thought that was super pretty. There's so many different things that you could do. If you had a wider frame, you could put it all the way around the perimeter. That would be pretty too. I thought about putting flowers at the bottom, but I ended up using a few, and I didn't even have to sprinkle any more resin over the top because there was a good base for it and it wasn't piled high or anything. Then so all the glass was really touching the resin. And you can see down in the bottom right corner of the frame, I put a little frog, and then here I put 3 little bees on. I put a little bit extra resin under them so that they would stick, and it's done. I used the kitchen torch, but I really didn't see any bubbles, maybe 1 or 2 at the most. And I covered it and let it cure. And it really did turn out pretty. It has the tape on the back that has to come off. And I didn't end up having any leaks at all. Tape comes off real easy. Look how pretty it is from the back too. It really turned out nice. Hey everyone, so I think this turned out super cute. You can add any wood cutouts to glass. I've done it. If you look back, I've done a few videos where I've done that. Looks real pretty, and then you can add more glass. You can add more glass to the glass cutout, around the perimeter, any way you want to do it. After I was started putting this on this frame, I thought, oh, wouldn't that have been cute if it was just a little longer, and then you could put a little flower pot at the bottom and it would look like it was coming out of a flower pot. Wouldn't that be adorable? So anyway, thank you, Yvonne, for sending me the wood cutout. I had a lot of fun with it. She sells the wood cutouts and the glass. If you're interested at all, I will leave a link under the description. She has a bunch of stuff on her website. And anyway, this was just a lot of fun. So you saw how I take it and I put Elmer's glue around the back and I press it down on the plastic. So this is regular contact paper. And yes, if you take the plastic off the top, it's sticky back. But I've had so many problems with sticky back paper before trying to get it off. And this is what happened to me the first time. So this is one of the first ones that I've done, and I had a really hard time getting it off of here. So this is on contact paper, the same contact paper I just used in this video, only I didn't use the contact part of it, I just used the plastic. And I was so afraid of breaking these pieces off, I did it as slow as I possibly could. And you can see some of the glasses coming out of it. And like I said, I don't know if it was because I didn't put enough resin on. Had I started by putting resin in the very bottom first and then the glass to give it a good base to hold on to, would the glass not have come out? I don't know. I'm not really sure, but it was just so difficult to get this contact paper off. That's why I decided not to do it that way anymore and just to use the Elmer's glue around the perimeter. But look at that, the whole thing of glass came out there. And so anyway, that's why I do it the way I do it. Yeah, here you can see all the glass that had fallen out because of the sticky back or because there wasn't resin as a basis for it. That's why I put resin down first. And don't use the sticky paper. So anyway, that's why I choose to just do the Elmer's glue and put it on the back. And it doesn't leak. It just pops right off. There's no drama trying to pull it off and glass coming out the back. And I know a lot of you do it with sticky back paper. And I've actually seen somebody who had some kind of paper that looked more like it was wide painter's tape, it looked like. And I'm wondering what you used. If you're watching, let me know, or anybody's ever heard of that, or if you use something that works really well. Now, the other difference is it will be a matte finish on the back. So if you use sticky back, if you use the regular plastic, because the plastic's shiny, the back will be shiny. If you're like hanging it up somewhere where you're gonna see both the front and the back, doing some kind of sun catchers or something like that, you might be interested in that. So anyway, just so you know, and like I said, this was a lot of fun, super easy. Added the glass at the bottom, and then look at my little frog, and I also put the little bumblebees on there. You can add anything that you want. Glass any way you want it. You could fill the whole thing in with glass if you wanted. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I have literally hundreds of videos with different glass and resin art projects, some combining molds with glass art, wood cutouts with other glass art, just glass art, learning to cut flowers, dyeing glass, all sorts of videos. Check them out. We have an amazing Facebook group, an amazing group of artists over there, very friendly. Everybody is very helpful. From beginning artists to advanced artists. And the great thing about it is you can learn something new every day. I learn something new every day, and I've been doing it for, I guess, 5 years now. So anyway, come check us out there, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.